The original Purple mattress is a classic blend of foam and Purple's patented hyper-elastic gel polymer grid. Its medium feel creates excellent hug and contour, while the top layer grid creates cooling on par with the very best mattresses we've tested to date. The biggest strike against Purple is the edge support. It's just not great no matter what way you slice it. Scores on the Purple mattress are mostly fantastic with one big exception: edge support. Edge support scored in the red at a 7.6 out of 10. From there, sex, pressure relief, off-gassing, and company were all in the high 9 range. Next up, cooling, motion, and response time all received perfect 10s. Overall, this gave the original Purple mattress a performance score of 9.47 out of 10. The Purple mattress is a 5 out of 10 on the firmness scale, where 10 is the most firm. It's still a medium, but notably softer than many other Purple mattresses we've tested. It doesn't take much to create a significant level of contour and hug in the Purple grid. The other Purple mattresses we've tested have more pushback and greater firmness while still falling within the medium to medium firm range. Next, we're going to talk through what the original Purple does best. First, the cooling performance is exceptional. The hyper-elastic polymer drives breathability and heat dissipation notably better than most mattresses we test. Second, the Purple has very low motion transfer. During our test, we found it to be more than a third of the average compared to all mattresses we've tested to date. Last, there is a considerable amount of bounce on this mattress. The higher levels of bounce help to improve ease of movement and create great sex performance. However, all mattresses aren't ideal for all sleepers. Let's talk through the important consideration points of the original Purple. First, edge support is unfortunately lacking and simply doesn't support bodies well while lying or sitting. Second, there is a lot of sinkage, especially for side and heavier weighted sleepers. While this is generally a preferential factor, it has the potential to create support issues for some sleeping positions and body weights. Your body weight and sleeping position impact the types of mattress that are best able to support you. Our analysis is designed to help match the correct mattress to the right body types and sleeping positions. Being a 5 out of 10 firmness, the Purple is still considered suitable for a wide range of sleepers, regardless of weight or sleeping position. As you can see from our table, the Purple has a widespread appeal across the sleeper spectrum. That said, if you are over 300 pounds, I would strongly recommend one of the Purple hybrid mattresses. The hybrid design and thicker hyper-elastic polymer grid will both lead to better performance for heavier bodies. Next up, we're going to move on to our individual performance tests. At NapLab, we test each mattress by analyzing according to 10 different factors that impact the feel, comfort, and performance. First up, we have our cooling test. To measure cooling, we lie on the mattress for 15 minutes, allowing to absorb body heat. Then, we get off the mattress and take periodic measurements of the surface level temperature. Our tests show how the mattress retains and releases heat and overall cooling performance. Mattresses that breathe better, retain less heat, and sleep cooler are better as they allow sleepers to maintain a comfortable temperature. The cooling on the Purple was exceptional. Our objective data measured a max surface level temp of 89.2 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a full 1.8 degrees cooler than the average max temp based on all of our tests to date. Within 1 minute after getting off the mattress, the temp was reduced from 89.2 to 85.8 degrees. This is a decrease of 3.4 degrees, which continued to a final temperature of 84.0 degrees after the full 5 minutes. The top layer of hyperelastic polymer that makes up the Purple Gel Flex grid is constructed in such a way that it allows for an incredible level of airflow. The grid supports sleepers, provides comfort, and contours to shape, all while still offering large pockets of air. Our subjective experience followed what we measured with our objective data. During the cooling test, the mattress was extremely cool. There was a notable difference in cooling performance on the Purple mattress compared to the vast majority of other mattresses we've tested. For the Sinkage test, we lie on the mattress. In addition, we use a 12-pound medicine ball to test pressure point sinkage. Deeper sinkage can cause sleepers to feel overly enveloped by the material layers, while less sinkage can make you feel you're asleep more on top of the mattress as opposed to in it. Sinkage is a preferential factor. Some prefer more, others less. In our pressure point test, we measured a sinkage depth of 2.24 inches on the Purple. This is within the expected range for a medium firm mattress. Across all mattresses we've tested to date, on average, sinkage depth is 2.20 inches. A sinkage depth of around 2-ish inches is sufficient to help relieve pressure and provide a nice body contouring hug. However, sinkage while lying on the side of the body, or for sleepers above 180 pounds, it does get fairly substantial. There isn't much pushback in the top layer of Purple's hyperelastic grid. As a result, it can create significant sinkage. If you're a side sleeper or more moderate weight back or stomach sleeper, this is likely going to be a non-issue. Other sleeper and body types are more likely to be less than in love, as we discussed in the support section earlier. To test motion transfer, we place one 12 medicine ball on one side of the mattress and drop another 12 medicine ball on the opposite side. In addition, we use an accelerometer to objectively measure the motion generated by the medicine ball drop. Lower motion transfer is better as it helps sleeping partners avoid disturbing each other during the night. Motion transfer was low. In our accelerometer test, we measured an acceleration range of 2.23 meters per second squared. This is significantly better than the average acceleration range across all mattresses we've tested to date, which is 7.96 meters per second squared. While the total acceleration range was low, the duration of motion on the mattress was high. This seems to be a product of the top layer of Purple's hyperelastic grid. The grid design works as a complete system, which is great when you're talking about contour and hug, but less so on motion transfer. So while the total motion is low, the motion does persist for longer on the mattress. Looking at our graph of the motion transfer that visualizes our accelerometer data, you can see there is a high level of motion up until 0.3 seconds, with a moderate level of motion continuing for 0.8 seconds. To test response time, we place a 12-pound medicine ball on the mattress. Once it's fully at rest, we then quickly remove it and objectively measure the amount of time it takes for the mattress to recover and resume its original shape. A faster response time is better as quicker responding material layers better adapt to your changes in movement and prevent any type of a stuck feeling. The response time was lightning fast. Within 0.2 seconds, the Purple mattress is mostly recovered, and by 0.3 seconds, the materials have fully rebounded back to their original shape. The Purple rebounds back to shape nearly instantaneously. As a result, there is little concern for sleepers feeling entrapped or otherwise stuck within slow-responding materials. To run the bounce test, we drop a 12-pound medicine ball onto the mattress. We measure the maximum depth the ball sinks to before rebounding up, as well as the max height it achieved on the bounce. Bounce is a preferential factor. Some prefer more, others less. However, more bounce is typically better than less bounce as it improves ease of movement, aids in response time, and improves sex performance. The total bounce height on the Purple was high. In our test, we measured a total bounce height of 12.79 inches. This is notably more than the average across all mattresses we've tested to date, which is 9.64 inches. Despite the differential compared to the average, 12.79 inches is not an unreasonable or crazy level of bounce. For many sleepers, this level of bounce will feel more similar to a traditional coil mattress. In addition, the high level of bounce is a positive factor for sex on the mattress, which we'll discuss in a moment. For an assessment of edge support, I lie on and sit on the edge of the mattress to measure the level of support and compression. Less sinkage while sitting and lying directly on the edge of the mattress is better as it creates a more supportive edge for sleeping, lounging, and amorous activities. There's just no sugarcoating it. Edge support is not good. While sitting directly on the edge of the mattress, we measured a compression depth of 7.75 inches. This is the most of any mattress we've tested to date and considerably deeper than the average, which is 4.27 inches. The experience while lying on the edge of the mattress isn't much better. I did not feel well supported at the edge of the mattress in any position. It feels like the mattress is trying to roll me off the bed. While the Purple grid is ideal for creating easy contour for sleepers in the middle of the mattress, when it comes to edge, this material characteristic results in non-ideal edge support performance. Our sex test uses a weighted formula to assess sex performance. Higher bounce and more supportive edges are the most important factors, with noise, pressure relief, and cooling being lesser weighted inputs. Mattresses with more bounce, better edge support perform better for sex, as do mattresses that don't make as much noise and are more comfortable to lie on. For the original Purple, these individual factors generated a sex score of 9.5. The sex score for Purple is good, but it's not without issue. Bounce, noise, and cooling are all fantastic, perfect 10s. The surface is engaging and active with high bounce and a fast response time. Noise is also non-existent since there are no coils in this mattress. The grid keeps the sleeping surface nice and cool, which is also beneficial for sex. The biggest problem with the Purple is the subpar edge support, with nearly 8 inches of edge compression. As a result, using the edge of the mattress for amorous activities will leave much to be desired for both parties. Our pressure relief test is a measure of overall pressure relief performance. We analyzed materials, layers, thicknesses, density, and design elements in conjunction with a subjective assessment of our experience while lying on the mattress. Mattresses with better pressure relief are able to create a more comfortable sleeping surface. I found pressure relief to be excellent on the Purple. The elastic polymer doesn't require significant weight before it engages and contours to shape. As a result, it's able to contour around light and heavy sections of the body with ease, providing pressure relief. My only concern with pressure relief is for heavier weighted sleepers. The larger your body, the more pressure you'll put on the mattress. The more pressure, the more likely you are to simply sink through the Purple polymer grid and into the more dense support material. These foams, while firm and sportive, won't provide much in the way of pressure relief. To evaluate off-gassing, we assessed the mattress following initial unboxing, taking a subjective measure of any strong smells. We monitor the mattress over a period of days until the mattress no longer has a strong odor. Mattresses with a less strong odor and/or an odor that dissipates more quickly are better. The off-gassing smell on the Purple was pretty typical of what we see from these types of mattresses. Out of the box, the smell was strong and it lingered in the room for about 4 days. Most mattresses we've tested to date smell for around 4 days. The average duration is 3.79 days. As a company, Purple has pretty good record of positive consumer policies and terms. They offer a 100-night trial and 10-year warranty. Shipping is free and so are returns. They do require a 21-night break-in period, which gives your body some time to get used to the mattress before initiating a return. As for manufacturing, all Purple mattresses are produced in various factories and production centers around the state of Utah. I would recommend the original Purple for sleepers who are looking for high performance and Purple's Gel Flex Grid. Purple's material design is well known in the industry and for good reason. It provides exceptional cooling, low motion transfer, and high bounce. It also has an extremely fast response time. Mixed with a high bounce, it makes your mattress with incredibly easy movement. The most significant weak spot on the Purple is edge support, which is far from great. That said, its medium feel creates excellent hug and contour, while the top layer grid creates cooling on par with the very best mattresses we've tested to date. Well guys, that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. Comments and questions, please drop us those notes down below. If you're interested in buying the Purple, we've got a link in the description. For more from NapLab, be sure to get subscribed, ring that bell, and visit us over at naplab.com. As always, thank you so much for watching.